Um, I went back because of the thing that got me started on drugs in the first place. So it wasn't just being around the environment and music industry. It was because I was molested by family members at a young age. And I was trying to mask that and hide that. And so it was a coping mechanism to deal with the pain and the things that had happened to me as a child. That's what originally started me with doing drugs.
What age were you when you got molested?
I was, it's kind of hard to say. I think it was like eight, 8 or 9 years old, from like 8 to like 11 years old.
Did you know at the time that this was wrong? This was something, you know, that you wasn't supposed to, like, that was going on. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. Like,
So at the time that it was happening, I didn't know that it was wrong. Especially because of the people that were doing it were like close family members. So one of them was my uncle, and he was we had to go live with him for a short period of time. When my mother and my biological father got divorced, we went to go live with my uncle. My dad went to live with his brother, and we lived with my uncle. My uncle was a bodybuilder. He was huge. He was literally a bodybuilder and a trainer. And he was abusing my aunt, physically abusing my aunt. So we were afraid of him. And so there was no way I was going to say stop, make him stop, or even tell anybody what he was doing, because I was scared he was going to hit me. So it was so much fear built up in me. So when I was approached and asked to do the things he was asking me to do, I just did it, and I never told anybody. Um, so yeah, that was happening while I was in middle school. And I didn't know it was wrong because it was my uncle. And I thought all the girls at school, I thought this was happening. I thought it was like a thing. I didn't know until maybe I was in high school, maybe, that it was even wrong, because it was like an unspoken thing. So nobody said anything. And then when I got older, I ended up finding out that I wasn't the first person that it happened to. So I guess that was the reason why it was such a hush hush thing in our family, and nobody ever warned me about it or said anything, because they were trying to keep secrets. So I feel like that's one of the worst ways to perpetuate. I mean, not let me say it like this. I feel like that is the way that generational curses continue on in families, when you keep quiet when things are happening. A lot of times in the church, we like to always stand behind prayer and plead the blood of Jesus and pray and pray and pray. And yes, we are to do those things, but we have to speak up. We have to say, pull the young generation to the side, pull your kids to the side, tell them what is happening to you, tell your nieces, tell your nephews what's going on with you, and warn them about the people that did it. Don't go anywhere by yourself with this person, flat out. And that didn't happen. So because that didn't happen, it happened to me.
what would you say to him now?
What I would say to him now is, I forgive you, but you still owe me an apology. That's what I would say. Because I feel like you can't let him get away. Like, you can't allow people to get off the hook. And it's not that you're bitter or that you're holding things against them. It's you're holding them accountable. Like, I'm around him all the time. I see him at family functions. I see him at birthday parties and everything, and we speak, and it's not even awkward, because when you really forgive somebody, you're not holding on to it. But you should have a conversation with me. You really should, because it's not just enough to get it right with God. We as adults and as believers have to go to the people that we've harmed, and we have to get things right with the people that we've done wrong.
Have you ever thought about going to him?
I haven't thought about going to him as much. Sometimes I have the thought, but sometimes I don't want to make that easy for him. I don't want to make that easy for him. The easy thing for me to do is to have a conversation with him, and then for him to deny it, or try to act like, oh, that didn't happen, or to act like I feel like I've gained so much ground in my healing journey that I don't want to set myself up for any type of disappointment that could come with me approaching him, because again, I wasn't the person that did the offense. I was the victim in the situation. So the responsibility actually isn't on me to go to him.
What are some, I guess, normal challenges that Detroiters face? I asked that because, being from Detroit, we'd say something like, "Yeah, I used to fight every day," and they'd be like, "What?" You know how it go. So, what are some normal challenges that we typically face in Detroit?
Some of the normal challenges that we face coming from Detroit, I would say it's hard to trust people because, we grow up, Detroit right now to this day, and have been for years, is in the top 10 of the um, most dangerous cities to live in the United States. So you always looking over your shoulder. You don't know who's who, what's what. My head stay on a swivel. I know where everybody is in this room right now. Like, so I'm always like that. Whether I'm at a restaurant, no matter where I am, like I see it. I can see a situation before it happens. And I feel like that's one of the things, like, coming from Detroit, I'm side-eyeing everything and everybody until that trust is earned, unless you prove to me, like, okay, that's a genuine person. Other than that, I'm only going to let you go so far or come so close.
What was that, that, I guess, breaking point or turning point for the drugs? Like, when you was like, yo, I'm done. Like, this is it. And you never look back.
My turning point was when I got married. I ended up getting married, but before I got married, it was my childhood sweetheart, my youngest son's father. And we had been dating for like since I was like, we grew up together in church, so like 6-7 years old. Like that, we were just like that puppy love, always together at church convocations and conventions, sneaking, kissing behind walls and on stairwells and stuff. They having church downstairs, we upstairs on the 14th floor kissing at the ice machine. So he had moved to Atlanta, and he came back to Detroit and was like, you should come visit me for my birthday. And I was like, okay. And I have to say, of course God helped me and delivered me, and he gets all the glory for where I am today and how far I've gone in my life, because I've never been to rehab. I've literally, with the help of the Lord and deliverance and therapy and all the things, is how I got off drugs. But the actual process of it, I have to say that my son's father and one of my best friends, her name is Nikki Cole. The morning before I was supposed to get on the flight to go visit him for his birthday, I didn't have any luggage. I didn't have clean clothes. I had just been on a 3-day cocaine binge. I was so high. I was a mess. And I was like, I'm not going to Atlanta. She was like, yes, you are. Every excuse I gave her, she came back with something. Everybody needs a friend like Nikki. Every time I would be like, well, I don't have any clean clothes. She was like, take your dirty ones. It's like, I don't have any luggage. She came and picked me up. She took me to her mother's house. Her mother is one of the Clark sisters, Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole. And she took me to her mother's house. And she went, Auntie Dorinda, I owe you a piece of luggage. I owe you a piece of luggage. I'm gonna buy you a whole luggage set. She took me to her house, and I was outside in the car, and she went in the house and she got her mother's luggage, and I had my dirty clothes in a garbage bag, a black garbage bag. She put those clothes in that luggage and dropped me off at the airport and left me. It was like, you're getting on the flight and you're leaving Detroit. So I love you, Nikki. I love you so much. Thank you for helping to rescue me and save my life and get me out of the city of Detroit. And so I went to Atlanta, and we weren't married at the time yet, but my ex-husband, he took me to this church, New Life International Family Church, and the pastor's name is Bishop Jerron Williams. And from the first moment I walked in the doors of that church, I felt the love of God. And they literally loved the hell out of me. Like, literally. Everything that I was going through, I was one of those girls where I had a bad attitude. I was in church with my arms folded. I didn't want nobody to say nothing to me. I didn't want to be there. I'm withdrawn. I'm coming down off drugs. I was just terrible. And they just loved on me and loved on me and loved on me.
How old are you at this time?
At this time, I was 23 years old. 23 years old. And that was the beginning of my healing journey. That was the beginning of the process of me being healed.
And you've been sober ever since?
For 19 years.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Praise God.
Everybody.
Praise God.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
God be the glory.